welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to cover again Unholy Death Knight. So I made a video, I think I released it for 3-4 days ago, and then I got some comments on the video that yeah, of course the spec wasn't really changed from Legion to now, well, in Battle for Azeroth beta, but actually today when I record this video I got a patch that actually changed the spec quite a lot. So I thought we should try to give it a look again, because now it doesn't look like Legion always, like all around. Now it's a bit different. So let's start with the spell book. So in my other video I also covered the spell book, where I just go through the spells. But as I can see, we still have Anti-Magic Shell. And then we got Apocalypse as a new spell. I know in Legion you have it like an artifact spell from your artifact weapon, but now it's actually just a spell you use. And if the enemy has 4 festering, bring doom upon the enemies, dealing 700 shadow damage and bursting up to 4 festering wounds. So that's pretty cool, because it deals okay damage and it bursts 4 festering wounds. Summon an army of the dead gold for 15 seconds for each festering wound. Okay, so the normal army of dead has 30 seconds, but if I have 4 festering wound at the target, they will be there for 1 minute with me. That's pretty cool. Then we have Army of Dead, our cooldown also to summon even more. Chain of Eyes, Control on the Dark Command, Dark Transformation, where we make our pet big. Death and Decay, Death Coil as our ranged attack, Death Grip, Death Strike, Self-Healing, Death Advanced, Festering Strike to actually put on Festering Wands and our main damage ability, Icebound to immune for stun, reduce damage, Mind Freeze, Outbreak, our damage over time ability, well, our kind of debuff, to walk over Water Path of Frost, Raise Ally to raise an ally in combat, Raise Dead to get my pet back, Reap Magic so I can remove magical effects from enemy and it will give me runic power, Rune Forging, Scourge Strike. So with all these changes here, it doesn't. I know they probably have changed some stats on the normal spells. So I saw something with runic power was changed to Death Coil. But I mean, small stat change doesn't really matter. It's just which spell we have. And passive we have Dark Sucker. When you kill an enemy, you get a Death Strike for free and heal 100% more. Mastery increase shadow damage, 20% more mounted speed. You have a 1% chance per runic power spend increase the rune generation by 100 for 3 seconds. And your other attacks have a chance to make your next death coil cost no runic power. Okay, so that was the spells. Nothing big there. Then let's look at the rotation, how they actually changed the rotation now. So what I would say for the rotation should be like this. So when I attack an enemy, I'll probably start Dark Transformation, use Festering Wounds, so I'll use all my runes on Festering Wounds, so it has 6 Festering Wounds on, called Festering Strike, so it has 6 Festering Wound. Then I would use Apocalypse, then I use 4 of the Festering Wounds, burst them, deals a lot of damage, and summons an army of undeads for 1 minute. And then use rest of the Festering Wands on my Scourge Strike. And I actually forgot to use Outbreak, that is our damage over time spell. So for 30 seconds it has damage over time. So the rotation is changed a little bit. We got the Apocalypse, and else the rotation really haven't changed that much. But I just saw, when I looked before in the talents, I can see the talents actually have changed quite, okay, actually pretty much. Oh, and we also summon Gargoyle. We don't have summon Gargoyle anymore. It's a talent now. So they remove summon Gargoyle and they remove Wrathwalk. So Wrathwalk is not a spell anymore. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this one here, Infected Claws, when I made the other video, was down here. So the talents is totally different now. Okay. A Gold's Claw attack have 35% chance to cause Festering Wand. So like we're doing Festering Wands from our Festering Strike, your gold can make them. Your race type summon additional skeleton minion. And our Scourge Strike that is melee will be replaced by a, well, you can say, ranged attack. For the best DPS, I probably think Infected Claws would be best. But I don't know how much all those serve actually will do, but I will take Infected Claw. Because then my pet can put wands on while I'm trying to maybe to flee from the enemy. Bursting a Festering Wand has 10% chance to grant you Runic Corruption. And Runic Corruption is where you will get more rune regeneration, so you can spam. So our runes get faster, okay. So Bursting Festival has chance to get runes faster. Sudden Doom now triggers 15% more often and stack up to 2 times. And that's this one here, your auto attacks have chance to make your next diff coil cost no runic power. So now it can actually trigger more and it has 2 stacks. Strike an enemy's soul dealing 1000 shadow damage. If the enemy dies while afflicted by a Soul Reaver, gain 10 haste. Okay, so they changed this one here because before it was when you used it and depending on how much runes you used, you get more haste. So now it's just actually a spell you use. I'll probably take this one here for more Sudden Doom procs. Festering Wand deals 25% more damage when burst, and all enemies within 8 yards burst Festering Wand suffer 300 damage. Wield's Page deals 50% more damage over time in half duration. Surround your silver wild swarm of insects for 6 seconds, stinging all the enemies, infect them with an unholy disease that deals 1800 damage over 15. I mean, oh, okay, my normal disease over time deals 900 damage. So this one here actually deals, I just forgot that we have low HP, low stats. So it actually gives you 2 debuffs, so you have your Outbreak and you have Unholy Blight. That's cool. But even Favor is also nice because it deals so instead of Outbreak deals damage over 30 seconds, it will only be on 15 seconds. That means you will be dealing the double damage in less time. So instead of dealing 1000 damage over 30, it's 1000 damage over 15 seconds. So it means it will be faster and much more damage. But I probably take this one here with my Festering Wands that will deal more damage when they burst. Then we have the stun, where we can stun an enemy for 5 seconds. Increase the range of Death Grip by 5 yards. Killing an enemy that yields experience of honor resets cooldown of Death Grip. Outbreak reduced movement speed affected by all enemies by 50. Probably take the stun. Anti-magic shell absorbs 30% more magic damage and lasts 5 seconds longer. Wrath Walk, where we can use it and run away without people can attack us. Remove all root effects and increase movement speed by 70. Oh, I missed the spell. Death Pack. I think it was in Warlords of Draenor we last time had it. It's funny what Blizzard did, removing spells and adding them again. Create a Death Pack that heals you for 50% of your maximum health, but absorbs incoming healing equal to 30, oh so they nerfed it, of your max health for 15 seconds. Okay, so it actually heals you pretty much, but your healer will not be able to heal you for the next 30% of your health, total health. Interesting. But that's, I mean, it's pretty cool for self-healing. 2-minute cooldown and it heals you half of your health. Poof. And if you're playing with no healers and let's say double DPS in 2v2, perfect. Death Strike still heals for and heals you for 30% of all damage taken in the last 5 seconds. Go. I'll probably take Death Pact. I like that one. It's a saver. Girls summoned by Army of Death and Apocalypse explode when they die, dealing 600 shadow damage to enemy enemies. That's pretty cool. Defile the target ground, dealing 1600 shadow damage to all enemies within over 10 seconds. While you remain within your defile, your Scourge Strike will hit all enemies near the target. If any enemies are standing in the defile, it grows in size every second. And before it grew, it did the same thing. Cause each of your vigilant players to flare up, dealing 300 shadow damage to the infected enemy and additional 100 shadow damage to all other enemies. So it's kind of AoE spell. So if you're going to kill a lot of trash mobs, probably take Defile. It's only 25-second cooldown. I mean, that's sick. Okay, Dark Transformation. Dark Transformation lasts 5 seconds longer. Death Coil reduces the remaining cooldown of Dark Transformation by additional 3 seconds. So yeah, you can use Death Coil on your Fire Blast, reduce the cooldown of Dark Transformation. So every time you use Death Coil, it reduces the cooldown of the spell here, Dark Transformation, by 1 second. But now it will reduce the cooldown of 4 seconds each time you use Death Coil. That's pretty sick. Incites you into a killing frenzy for 12 seconds, increase haste by 20, and cause your auto attack to infest the target with festering wands. That's pretty sick. So instead of using festering strike to get wands on them, you auto attack just do it. And then we have summon Gargoyle to bombard the target for 30 seconds. The Gargoyle gains 1% increased damage for every 2 runic power you spend. So this is the same talent as with the Valkyrian you summoned, but now it's just a Gargoyle. I'll probably take Dark Infusion. Let's actually see the new Unholy Blight, how it looks like. So if I use Unholy Blight, so now it sticks the enemy, so now it gets 400 damage over every first second or 20. Then I can use my own disease. Then I have 2 disease on him. Cool. I don't think really we have all of the spells to see the animations of. I mean, they are just the same as the other game. I actually want to see how the Unholy Frenzy works. So now all my auto attacks, I cannot even use all my fisting rolls because I'm getting so many on it. Nice. And I like this Invincible Doom because, I mean, my Sudden Doom actually procs pretty much. That's awesome. Yeah, okay, so I mean, after this patch, I must say that Unholy Death Knight is pretty cool now. It's not the big changes from the other game, but definitely got some changes, and I like this. I missed that we could summon a lot of zombies we didn't have before in Battle for Azeroth beta. So thumbs up Blizzard, these changes are pretty cool. Yeah, I think we covered every move. I mean, the overview I just made, I go through all the spells books. Well, the most important thing here is that we got new spell, and we got whole new talent tree. So pretty interesting. So leave down a comment if you have any questions or remarks or anything for the video. Let me know. And else, thanks for watching.